Kufia Meyaw MPP ni ono na head of communications Ghana's permanent mission to the United Nations. Just post papa to me America bi opebia visa no dey boom man 7,000 years. Nti so koba. The covid say me kan boni bia na mboa. So me kai say mo say mo me ma fans an kai say. Passport them. Nti visa ni mo ho. Adib sani so tukwan pa oya no so tukwan otuka papa adib sani so ye ka bambo ho nsam a ono so wabi wo mu papa nti adib de anita ye adwuma wo fie ha so ma hye ne nso a nti ono so ye ne bekasa na minifa so Prince Zakaria wono ye ka ewiem sakraye ye climate se nso to wi abo wi ammo environment na for impact whether na tumi enya environment no so na environment no so no impact be nya wo yeso say nipa ne ayemoa ene abode no wabi wo mu papa enti wono so be kansa na no pay a wode ni nimde abebeboa yenkomo twetwe Zakaria kwaba
yenia
bibia boko
ya me adom
una mi hu wache pa Kofi de mi hu no last 2 weeks Kofi last 2 weeks Adib Sani so mi hu no last 3 months.
Actually.
Last 2 weeks so only like phone so
phone so but yeah sure.
Anti ehwe kwasa His Excellency Sampiele so be ba be kan yensa na say aha ye ma ne sa na ya hye yekomo twetwe no ase gidi na onya ma ye no ye be hye ase na ye di nkoma ansana His Excellency aba na ena no pay mame fa san ho kwan emfa machi ema menchia na Jerusalem na no pay bia wo bia no me ma wache ema wache mo wache pa na Jerusalem bia wo bia na fe wo fa tache metia no pay ene abusuafo ni nyina no pay mamu nyina ache menua bi wasamanka se ni sister da fom nanka pese mehwe nanka me ma ne yakọ ena no pay nso I think say adi mi ya nye ana mabina akosempo for jedi no bo nwum no ayi ya bo atmai mi wonu say oh you strong woman obame akanchi na egu nti ya bo atma ne mame eda fom nti ending of this month 30th and the bekukudi na wo hweda ewu Kumasi aha na fe minua Sifa our West Villager ewo Asamanka se Sifa West Village Asamanka so no so me no ka say ni sister eda from ni nua ba Mrs Benedicta Sifa Edu wono so fiada etwemaye nra na wudi ni na wotweda enti na eno nti Sifa bibia wo bia no pay me ma hyeden pa se eyi ne bre ne de adomdom ye ne a ye nyina ye ba beta wachi ye yamana ayefefefe awie ya ni sana se ye hye nkomo hwehwe na ase anisa na mame hwe se ye de we be hyase His Excellency my intino ama yes sir
His Excellency okay in diplomatic parlance what I understand I might be wrong but the chairman mame tia say ebia individual no e Ghana because there is a president His Excellency is attributed to the president. So our India because our plenipotentiary extraordinary that means that our representative president inti ebianka yewo India Ghana for mo India na India for
no na musino ho no say Excellency
okay. And president visited that particular country your friend or Excellency at that time your friend or ambassador
oh it no say no only hono wa han your friend ambassador okay basa ko man foforo so a na friend Excellency your friend say wo America yi na say me ma ba na say Kofi America no ye Ghana ba na musili ko America na my friend Excellency Kofi Ameyaw o be du Ghana pa me for ambassador Kofi Ameyaw okay and ye Kofi amaye ade kire wa kire ade no pepe da se pa wa so na be kire because Umudu international.
I don't pay.
Kofi say make we say that. One was so dey do baby also dey. Then say we ma fine one yet. Oh, It is a make of a man.
No, ya frame.
Meaning, that's what your friend will win. Anyway, young Shansena, young chef, my young fa, I think, say, young fa galamsey, some chassis. Na me wokrata bi wa ha na krata na e wo menchen e wa ha no ye forestry commission na wo monsa e hyase na pani a oda forestry commission ano na ne signature e wo ho na the signature no ewura John M Alote, Chief Executive Forestry Commission. Enti no ye no address say omo fa letter no encommon Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Accra, afi Executive Director Forest Service Division Accra, Executive Director Environmental Protection Agency EPA, and afi Director Finance and Administration Forestry Commission Accra. Woman ye copy omubi na letter na some waka no 8 yawa ene say ya ma adwuma ko no tumi say wonko kwai bretu a ewo kuro no ye Nkawie Forest District na je say Nkawie e wasantemantam mu eho ena wo munko na munko to gold no na sa forest reserve a wo mu ekomu no eye Jimira Forest Reserve ewo Nkawie Forest District they say ewo Nkawie Mensinmu ewo Asantemantam mu be pese ye hye hanon so wo hwe a o se forest entry permit eno o twere tintim na kase na bebi okokoye wo no Jimira Forest Reserve no eno so tintim na kase na fe Nkawie Forest District tintim na kase na kura ye ka wasam yi eben ewo Nkawie Mensinmu a ewo Asantemantam mu na enna na se nansa ye picture bi mamo hwe ye enso e friend Jimmy River sa Jimmy River no so bonti enso bi a eda oboase mafo oboase domase eno na wo monom se picture no wo ho arandi fato so na ye hwe enso ni se na esiti afie atwa mu ene se de aye sisi aye kase enti community na ho ni nyina nsu a wo mo enom no eye Jimmy River no and because of mining na omkwaye ne nansan ya no enso ne se na state a abaye se na enso no ababaye na ya ye densu kura so no a ye densu ya ye nom no wonkan hai ne titire ya wo Accra West no eye weja no ye nom no and also ye to the lam say wo mtu kosuhum uko apeja just a picture ni nie enti no we share sa forest here on the 11th of June 2023 and inso ne das wo fe no and sa oba November 10th 2024 ya ben awche ba kuntamu ani and inso no ayesa e wo fam ho enti the so one de no and e original inso na ye fa the Jimmy River manfo a wo oboase domase and wo mu no mo Asantemantam and ye twa no afi pepepe ni ye besa afi ni fani when the trust amfoni ni and on the 10th of November ya ben na wo twa ye twam ya no ye san ko twa ye no and nsu ni aye kokosa meaning say amanfo sa community ni nyina no senso no anya do betumi anamu bio anya honko a uduru den susu a aka no do apja janhye eho na den su no wo ma wusu ni ne patam nyina no eho ane ye so no so de ma ase de ma mama no eno so asai okokofo dua water works a den su de fa ho na mo so no so de amanfo okofo dua na mo so tumi anom eno so asai uba nsawo mu heya eno so ba ayi ba ko wo ho ayesi treatment plant ka sia ba ko ha ye de so nso e de amanfo won sam ne patam eno so den su na bo se eno so nso num ayi basa ansa na wako almighty wager eno so sa Zakaria and come here dear man I say me consistently for the past almost 15 years ni makagalam say ni sani yensuo ni ye kwai se ho asam a bepem nne ye ko Azerbaijan enene nansan ya ama ya kokko ka se oman gane ye mampani akogina ya nan mu ama wiase nyina ehu se oman gane ye dua 5 million trees in yama kuma ko 5 million Eliama kuma ko 5 million mampani se ye due no meaning say ye no ye magana aye green ye magana efefe senia we asa man say na pese we ase eye no ye be quite bretu at that same time yama mining company permit say forest reserve till reserved yakora so ye de asie that brekrona mu no so no na excavators egu kwaye mu a edwiri nua ni gu wo mo etwede ni nua ni twa wo mo ese no asase ne sei wo mo ese nso no so ese are we serious as a country Zakaria
yo eja kwabra me da se memfa akwanye so enchia omo hweye nyina na menua no ma bedwafo nso a yehie mu ha mechia mu nyina nso eja kwabra me mo waba so because consistently no oka environment ho asem Ghana ha no me ka program hosts and a journalist are very consistent so far as environmental issue concern first 3 the oka ho na eno na eye kire se ubo ejuma because consistency is the key in this no kre galamsey no kre wo mu se ansha ase enne intino ebetimi aka se Oman Ghana no yenya systemic failure so far as the management of galamsey is concerned. However no nia ewo mu a ama sese ne ka no ya ka mana doso no ne say within the speed of the last 8 years you know asama ne homre so ama aye too much beyond senior net here misha Matina Kofodua kakra na enti I have a little knowledge about densu minim densu senior na yete nkasa akwatia area mu ho sensuo mpoto a utimi hu diamond ewo fom efa na galamsey those days I yenim galamsey no ne yenim ne se pickaxe and shovel ejuma na ebedum pempenso a ababeye excavators earth moving machines and ye de ekosi asase so na yedwiri na no kra ni nyame enim ye failure as or mine so far as the management of our environment is concerned, particularly the forest cover. Ensuo ya sama woken se obi ena atiesim senia omoye no ye de champagne esi nsuo so na ye mine ewo nsuo mu alobia mine ye wo kwan a ye fa so ye na enya ade mpo anka ye encourage in modern systems of mining na se obi betimi abo ewura kwae mu na enye se kwae na nkasa mpo no akọ destroy no keke but water body major water body enam kwae no mu so no destroy na ye wo institutions and agencies wo man mu ha eye omo asede se omo bebo sabia no ho ban ye wo Environmental Protection Agency ye wo Minerals Commission omo na egudie ne bibi e sha asase ase no omo ama otumi krata untimi enkose okwa akutu sa egudie no ye wo Water Resources Commission nsuo ewo oman mu ha nyina no ewo omase omobo hoban enti eye no de eba no sen na yetimi ebowura forest mu a oman mu ha nyina ne atena se ayehwe han na nsen mu mete se na the New Patriotic Party running mate owura Napo o kase NDC for na akwakofa Chinese for de aba se omunko omde omakogun wura mu se omuntu egudie na omun say nsuo. So when I heard that and I said we have really failed because owura Napo minister recently no a minister of energy since the Akufo-Addo Bawumia regime and he has consistently been a cabinet minister na ene nyamia ye wadom ya san elevate o ye running mate of a presidential candidate ni wenya sa information ya wo aban mu o ye key figure. What stops you from arresting them? Mumpo dey say otia ye unim omo de omo baaye unim abrofo no unim bebi omo wo. So the failure to even arrest them and prosecute them is a big failure is a big failure. Eja mfoni a utwa ye nia yehunu se nsuo ahono ba ko ye nsuo krogen emre bi na ye nsuo krogen na sese ayi se nsuo ahono senke ye nsuo ahono keke a nke ne ye bede nyame ase unsese ye kanantwie na nantwie kofa esubontin bi hu na omonnom wie na omonnantemu a ombetwemu akọ echi no na nsuo na ahono ewo mu a na asan eni ate nti se ye nsuo anka ahono keke a nke ne nkeye enhono saaye ahono no nso no nwubone esangu nsuo num a akwakoto nsuo nase water bed no ye hard metals ebi ni mercury ebi ni cyanide na saa nwubone wei emfa ukose nsuo no na udi si ho na eniti a na saa nwubone no nkogu ase ye ebewo nsuo no mu over a long period of time just say ya conscious effort your effort be a wasa wo ye na odi cleaning nsuo no of this hard metals but no so no ne boy dem pa na enye absolute intini ayeye wo oman mu ha no kra wo mu ne se enya ade a ye wo future na ye wo government enne yi a ye kase ya ban na sede se wo se oso galamsey ano na o stop environment no from further desecration inia sa emre yi a aban ede abase utimi bowura kwabrentuo mu ekọ ye mining wo ya de ba ko a ede o how kakraka o how kese pa bre o man mu ha esan se mprepi no omo koji enye license na omo age se omo nkonko mining o bebre no enya prospective licenses I was omo kokoye prospect you don't need to be in the forest say okwa kotu aye prospect you can hover over it obetimi fly over no more picking all the needed information. You don't necessarily need to be on the ground. And
if you did,
oh, you won't feed yes. Now, Obinya Koji prospecting license no abura forest mo okay want to me company back forest exactly omukra prospecting license and omudiko dream forest ni nyina ese ho ohun unia nene na nsei na omampani se ne akan na o Azerbaijan Ghana ha ye forestry commission e benefit heavily from Red Plus a program a UNFCCC aye nhihye duanua na bone ye wo ho ban na ye mauska. It's as simple as that. Sa over 5 million trees are ye say ya planting no nia ya wo ho ne say mako India ambassador there waye onim India yie pa na mi wura New Delhi nia ema me hu dwiri me ye nnua etwa ho bebia ho asiatic. They have a conscious effort omode ye ma household seedlings no mo dua na wodua na edu maturity e bia opese wotwa no unni hu tumi se wobetwa just a hu local authority na nya permission wotwa wie nso a obesan replant yempunu nua no ambassador ho uka kwa na enua no twika no na omo obebi e fe ho Chandigarh well planned province enua kwa na nyame adomo a the next government say nyame adom na NDC ba mu a yeso yenim de kakra ye wo no ye de bepia sisi a yaka omo a yenim omo current aban mu ya mom ya communicate to on bet omuntie because Ghana na ye ina ye dia mede mano eba bisi mede mano ba bisi no me frɛ owura na po se enye elite ye enka echi ye kura onfa information a wofa NDC for na ye de omo aba se omo ma medwiri forest na omo nse nsuo no ema IGP na yenchi omo ntum enye saade a I don't think say he deserves to be
running mate. Me that's na ambassador se Kofi akire yenti Kofi sesa ne enka no nti ambassador Sampiale nso abeka yensa ewa ha ire makwa aba na sepan so ene wo mre Kofi mame na so na ye hwe picture bi sisi yi na amane boy ensaka akire se there is this forest reserve a war takwa mensimu wato emantemu ye frenu New South Forest Reserve amafo no cheso mo ho behwe a excavators akase mienu na esisi kwabritu nano no na machine a ye de hohoro gold no so enti mo hwe pictures no enti South Forest Reserve ya new dinu na mitu mu ni ya mo fanchame New South Forest Reserve no ho na excavator yigum na omo chese emranti omo beti abawe na womo pick up mu a omo de ni odeni abawura Forest Reserve excavator si na sisi wo no enti de bebia nipa ni fi omo kokko adwuma na kasa kora no yanim obe won say the machine aba excavator na de aba and bakuya meka wasam Jimira Forest Reserve no on him near or on say one penny emom nkotu gold no ewo ho yemfane nya hwe ya target tin Kofi wonim me no so watana mama me na wonim se de enua ehokwa awowo ho no wonim se abre bia no se de enua hu esi hia aman ahodo ifa wo hwe se de wo mani ku environment ho fa wo water resources se no mani ku ho fa Kofi ebe yeni
oh eja ma minchia
meje osu Kofi
minchia eya ahwefo ani abedwafo ambassador akwaba na misha no onkoso mama hoden we need you ubisa asem na me you are no answer call other matters so in fact adia abrofo ehi omopa ye dedi kan mbofra ema ani sa nyoma ebobo ye se mo ani nwa in fact say o odua bi crazy ufie nansa na obetwa no na say awa so but nansa na no eja megidi se oman Ghana no no kure say nyoma bi wo ho a o se ye hwe ni ye nie so it's not all gloomy like that. For example, no kure so say oman Ghana for the first time in about a long time yenya almost over 300 ambulances are constituency via a wobi. It is not the best. We can do more, but at least a good news. It's also good news say and Nemenoka say December 1st yebenya eye omo kidney issues omo dialysis na sebi omo ntua hwe. For the first time Aban is ensuring say every district enya hospital. I believe that is a good thing, a good news. And I also believe say for the first time in the history of this Fourth Republic there's a commitment Aban the senior needs to say obema science, technology, any engineering, any mathematics. Obesi school ama ye mofra no kobi ama sa ewiase be bi ekono they will catch up. For the first time in the Fourth Republic, we've had a government who provided 4,202 vehicles to the police service. Now I'm more 3 helicopters. Now I'm more 11,000 CCTVs. And now, me chat one. At least, Bibia and Shedan Koye Kura, we have a system where your mofra na yenyuamu kuma your offer senum a bit me a con to a so school, sikasem and ya consider. Or my BBA school and check. Dodo no cumulatively of over 5 million young Ghanaians eco school sikasem consider. So I believe that sometimes yes, we understand our challenges and our issues, but there are some good things also going on in the country. I think we should recognize that. Even when it comes to sports facilities, it was unfortunate. Say it got to a time where your pitches no engagement, you think you're before you're fixing it there. But we must also recognize that in the history of the Fourth Republic, we've had a government at least we're building more than 150 astroturfs. and then yen nuanom to me bobo kra ama de achini ade. Now to come back to the galamsey issue, many minya eya adwene na mene ne be che so o se ebo wabaso because I am one no ha me sorry shop because I get the notification for a year Facebook. Now your passion for the fight against galamsey, no, I don't think that so big at the tag you say your disaffection for the government now fair. It's not fair. You are passionate about this country, and I applaud you for that, especially when it comes to the environmental degradation. I know the abasobobi wo ho na me sure say that we chiche say of water no hwan no no environmental or say your mouth why I have to give you that I have to give it to you because I remember my bar almost bear 4 times this platform, and majority of the time this is what we discuss, and I applaud you for that. The truth of the matter is that galamsey that's a fact of the matter. Na me ya kaneno mi wo Kumasi Roman Hill and yet school be wo Roman sorry no St. Peter's ona me call me basic school na nsuo to a okop football park no so a na ye nuanom mpanifo no mutimi kɔ park no so na omo hwehwɛ fam ye biso omo so omo pene ya omo so mutimi enya gold besi na wonse me hu gold krada na enei de ne yeso ye nima amenyua kan ne senka eja omo ye last scale mining ni tutu omo de kakra na nka ye nuanom eja omo ala na omo akosisa anwa ni bi na omo ahuru mu a so menya sika kakra na no kura wom ni se be around 2010 mu ho kono ena sa dwumadie na nka ya ye no for over years na no me share graphic report bi a I think around 1958 even galamsey was an issue na omo kan one say it's affecting our environment, but in recent times be 2010 mu ho no and yenya foreigners really coming into our country omo yusu eye enfidia causing much damage to our water bodies and even our forest reserves. And I think that no na year na po kano na ye pe aban so a sebi fa say yenchi omo ye into illegal mining no aban we abon homodin biaye. And I must also commend government abenyina anamontu a omotu. Unfortunately, those efforts no and yielded the needed and the necessary results are yenina yepe to once and for all yebetimi to sa galamsey yes. There's an airline which is a law. I think it's a airline 2462. Mining companies akwenya to go into the forest reserves. Ombetimi akwa to a former good year. Also, a kakam who say they are giving that authority or that license to do the mining based on certain requirements or fulfillment of certain requirements. Answer na Minerals Commission and answer Forestry Commission. They say nkratano to me kratan be mo muso munko to sa na mo. Now they have satisfied themselves say so omo etu anase omo kona nwa no mo twegu a omo besa are planting bio. What I say? That is why there's a provision in the LIA. Ma aye omanpanini na asoya what say nhwe efumagudie ne ho nyoma ekeka ho no. So betimi assess all these requirements before betimi ama aye company we the license to go into our forest. And untina Ghana for in recent times they can say no eno na mboa nti aban ye say o de sa airline no be call parliament na you revoke that airline said the be ya and whether you have the wherewithal to even replant our trees no kran men ko hokra unfortunately na your parliament no akoye bibi o ho no but we must have a lasting solution because kamia akoye say adena is so endemic say omo ye no kra no omo dwen say they are benefited like they are right to do that illegal mining. They have the right to pollute our water bodies, destroy our forests for their own livelihood and their survival. Inti ene na no metie me aware say unim say ye nuanimu bi nsemtrofo bi ko ho a e mo to omo so sa. And I think that in recent times we obohu to the extent that they even engage the military or security personnel because they feel almost say almost kwan almost be fa so edidi and no so ho and am you know me gidi say galamsey no say ye be jano ne atu nase no enye aban kwa sede ne nasodie because abakosem wo ho na fatu ho so wo ho a e kire say aban kwa de to no ho so a aban be feli. The President of the Republic, His Excellency, Mekayi Epa, now about Bemufofo, at the tail end of 20 NDC, John Dramani Mama, His Excellency, the administration, no, na galamsey Saman home ni subio magana for the home komwa. In Tibet 2016 mo ye ba Bemu 2017 na galamsey no aman hoswa na o say ye bibi. In Central for the mo jimu Ema man penny ejina so ka say or the presidency no kra no ebeto eye bamaso say obeko atia eye galamsey and I remember so otukwan ko ba bia galamsey was a topical issue for him. One mekai July 9th 2017 oba New York for a town hall meeting. Ema o kan one sem with passion mekai kra me ejina eye boy and some man. Later that year September no oko UN General Assembly. He made a statement at the floor of the General Assembly. 2018, he made a statement on galamsey on the floor of the General Assembly. So you can see, say, na who mahwe foni bia na odina ahemfoni ma na no mudin komoti mu say na he was passionate about the fight against galamsey. So there's an indication say aban kwa the scene wo so a obre nti eye wonsom ene betimi ye tu galamsey na se.
Kofi me ntwa no Ohin America na semi baby a mokokotu sa Jimira Forest Reserve. Ohin won potem won so won pene. Amomuntu. Say ye kan atete a party panifo bi de ne nam so. Ene said o ma target mpo na. Mobo. Said ya wo kan say eye wonsum we yet play the role now we so there now we so there me ka say in 2013 2014 na this na wa bem Kwalizada and na year lands and natural resources minister sabe no moya majo so mokutu densu onkutu godo densu hu portrait ni dumase bi sorry say me emkwan de be kaipa anopa me sorry a na me namo na ma frɛ sifa kan na ma me kwan na ma report na me nso no me de me sabo mu say na enom na me sabo mu say na ma no me etwa na de be news for over 1 year nti mining company no mu ye o matumi ntu wonom gya hokoe na nsia yesi ye de bibi ye friend so called community mining buy no ko hwe se na hwae asai nso na se kra ese hu nso ne se nso ne nan mu ni hu asai nti no se ye ka se aban no wo pɛ so obeye o wo pɛ so obeye mampani wo pɛ so obeye na so o wo pɛ na wo mu a ɛhyɛ na se a ɛsɛ ɛboa man na pen up wo no ewie pɛ yo no o mu mu ana na so no so ntwoma so emma nsen hu se ade ampɛ sɛ me yeni wo wa ye sintudio ampɛ sɛ me buta da mani so no me duru hu enti kɔ na kɔ tena nkyɛn no na so depend na mu na so ye no your side call your son baby American say ya yi excavator yi na new forest reserve we have because of this anya takwa na ewo takwa hina na mrase bedwani ho anya mrekuduka anya na minister of deputy minister of lands and natural resources in charge of mining is he not aware say bibi sa akoso enti no asem no ye ka na mo reality no kofi ye nye
Openi, you see, there must be a bold solution to this particular issue. Okay. And I believe, say, the Oman Abe di Echire Franka tu ni ma eye MPP amanyo kono proposing is the best solution that we can accept moving forward. One, say at least the Ghana Geological Services Department also a show mukutupa. Now omutimi a survey eye mining areas, no? Then they will be able to identify baby a gold no. Se me nua o ye expert no din komo no kaya. O ka say ye the prospect ne mo they are infidia betimi identify gold no. A lot of the mining companies now additional costs they wouldn't want to do that once they have the prospecting license because it gives them the opportunity to prospect. I said yes also no. And when they go there they create a lot of distraction. Into your man Penny Abe Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Franka Tunima MPP Amanyoko solution is na me ya adom na obeye mampani a obehye geological services department eye kutupa no omo no aye prospecting no identify the baby a efom agudie no wo ntu ye mining company na se wo hia bia na ye dia ma na enko hia se omo beko na omo akotu from honom na afi omo bewie na ne kata so ne reclamation no akoye bibie wo ho ebio wie nyina agi tum se eye efom agudie tuo no eye ade a ne yatena for a very long time na mpem bebie no behwe omo tu no kese no na omo nya ho mfaso no eye amanfoforo so adehye ena eba omo kura no what they do is they form a consortium. So if what happens in Zambia or Nukromoa, no akope besia or banks or the bank or normally it be a 5 group of companies, then they will come to Ghana and then they will take the license and engage in large scale mining. And omo no mu do ho. The man Penia Beje Franklin Tunima MPP Amanyoko ne se dabi. Ye be bie eye mineral development bank. Said ye be betimi aboa eye ye local miners no. No omo so nya kadie ni sika no a o betimi e dia ye from a good year to so when we are able to do other, and of course there is demand for their product, especially with the gold for oil and the gold purchasing program at Bank of Ghana Diaban. So it's extremely unfortunate, and I don't know how long we will continue to talk about Galamsey issue, but I'm extremely optimistic say the Ghana former Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Akonya Maneba science way idea will go a long way among other things now they be doing common ebeboa amagalamsey no ano abras
ntina ni tofa bum na say mampani kuno okono ntumi anko anwie
eno die
okay aha we de nanka meko adebuso no mako ambassador so nanso aduane bi yese de amu bi akoma nkwadara bi school for nkwadara emo na spy onunyafo samboku to ablakwa ana de ehonsamba bonten na yene kwasi kwati eni hu nkomo kakra na no person se mo so watwerehwe na matenten ti bi kwasi machi
aja ka na voice
me ma wachi kwasi
meje so
kwasi amuna sai ana nsai
aja ka bla FDA ne wo to me wo Ghana my mu ha say one more FA and who say make such pronouncement as and say FDA she mudia one more declare a mono as wholesome a papa say any pabiti medi ama emfa o how bia emre ni peduano
omo kan da ben
one more pata o mo trauma company or more a supply mono on the 15th of January 2024. I'm say my posting in Facebook. My main before me this kind of WhatsApp. Na main fan on for this to see. I said the mayor. We be so akaima. I can for the chief for now so ever.
Kwasi se emu ya ye ka ho asemi. Ebre ben na mu no bedu Ghana ha. Na emu na ka se dem se emu bia afia ma no ne ba bia no ebre a esese ye di no ebo ho. Ebia best before December 2023, best before October 2024. And now say bibisa expiring date say and we are adwuma ko no kan de ba se fa koma ye ma wo senior high school so do mu. Every ben date ben na ewo ho. Say eye best before say expiring date o na e date ben ya.
Dakabra. Deli kama me free ha na afefo na etiefo nyina enya mu nhyemu ye. The papa mupa dia anka we kura na Ministry of Education asem because sabi eburebu kwa so ne ye nkwa na ntise mu no ye supply enyane ema schools buffer stock ono ye a government agency all right and I mean the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Agriculture ono na what's our contract na or engage suppliers ema wono mo ede enyane ko schools nim na osha omo ewie omo dwumadi bia na omo de bibia friend invoice abra Ministry of Education na yenso ya audit invoice no sampa enyan na kodru one mo internally no omo eje hu se dwane no ebeboa papa ansana ye hu quantities ne ade eno na ebe fa bia auditing of the invoice kwansa na etua na o hia first stock you try to care for NAFCO. One money company be a friend of Lamens Ventures. Emma Lamens for more about 11,000 metric tons of rice and on more imported back from her. Now, Osha initially now, if we best before this it was December 2023. Now, said the union is the my main take it just 30 seconds, find best before this in him. Yeah, will be a friend of product labeling now, FDA4 can give you more better details. Your best before date and your expiry date. A expiry date there, that's just a product, a drew for the FIA, to say beer, a beer, a new and money a day, a beer, and cry a feed in the money I don't know. Almost to make sure expiry date, as a drew for the product may be beer any. The product is a beer, a more money a day, and also citron, beer companies and can use before to be a friend of best before date. Best before no a different from expiry. Best before no say the product is safe. There will be an mono, open one now be a tester a be a tester a nunya. A be another than a crown after so. And only because the optimal time would be your product in need best use and no use best before date. Just for emphasis sake. The product on the best before date they scheduled on the 2023. Now, and so I make any counter buffer stuff for their marriage through one monkey with the company, Lamens company. And the company here say one more a mobile 11,000 metric tons or more their bar. If I say echo say banner best before date in our summer. One more could FDA4. The FDA4 extended the best before date. Then when I say best before date, it grew her and I say Chemwa and no interest product on assay. It's not be the design a buyer. One more coin FDA4 said no. FDA4 and yet the manufacturers of the product. If you are more fast samples and call laboratory a year corona now minor or more a year product. No, go through all existing protocols and mark it me declare product to be an idea and maybe say a wholesome, a safe and fit for offenders a nipa ABDM fans who are one man or go through on family. The company no say yes, sir. Mobile and also FDA so verify all the needed documents, evaluate, one more checks in and FDA declare say best before this, one bit now extended for a period of 1 year. But in the meantime, we almost temporary extension up to April 2024. And the officially need the FDA and the G2 say Adriano and now a mono. Company no buffer stock ebitimi as supply na fit say nipa bedi up to April 2023. Sorry, April 2024. Edwosha February kwa de nwane nyina kwa asa. Ordinarily no, say nwane ko schools ma usually based on demand basis. Acha 2 weeks, 3 weeks na asa. And roughly acha by second week of March na asa. And asa the time nwane na kwa e na FDA declare say no a wholesome nipa ebetimi edia emfa ensunsan so for ni bia anya de emre o.
Kwasi best before and some okay ntinia fa say best before August 2023 and na yede aduane no koma nkwada no somewhere February 2024 na say bosumi be ye nwotwe and beka ho ansa na yede enuane ekokoma nkwada no enti aduane ye say yede koma na bosumi best before no susu dia ben na obetumi da gina so de susu se obi akwa test o India de aba enti test no kwa India de baaye no e kire se aduane no adani ti ento ntwene ne anya foforo man kwada no esense nkwada wasam ne ye kanye mi dompe anyi kakra fa me nsoro no ne ma fam ro doso enti bia mo no kogu mi ye furu mu kra de ebetumi ayi kakra ba we nkwada nketekete
kwa se de se bi ebru mi in a determination of Adriania and your whole song for Edipa. One more who they have the mandate so to make such determination is the FDA. And the FDA were more own existing protocols, which include Ubeye and Katasem test on the samples of food. Not also based on that, and one also your own checks. And some of them make a determination. The FDA can say a safer. A
safe.
Media many
what you mean cash? I wish you say Benya FDA for Ghana Standard Authority for no pay. Esan say you call Mac Edwamua. Eniema o yentie mi say FDA for ne wo mo obetumi aka say we are market product bi wo ho e best before 20 best before
2020
o de yan fa say best before February 2024 and as a best before August 2024 na say the say ne gu counter so a FDA for be ka say be ko yi ba ko de ko sample e de aba anansa dwumakuo na import ne amade aba no wo fo ba ko mfa kwa ma no ne bebi omo ye no enko test na mo famra mo je report wi fi on famra na FDA fo so en test wa ha no so hu na date na awuo no na ya sign the date ni bia sign aka wa ma ho say mo niema no best before August but mo de mo ton akopim 2025 February kwesi wo men say ma na yi
unya me menye FDA for spokesperson the papa umpa dia keso wonu mo ne betina mfe bia ye dia o mo issue kata ma no ma twetwe nkomo na mum adia yesi ese enyina for the purpose of education best before a different from expiry and the best before date in test product no after and as safe and we general purpose of education. I'm sure FDA for bit mama ye mu a year but we know the fact is that company no extra comma FDA say one best before date in a schedule December 2023. Now product has not expired even though best before date in the expire and a nipa any now best before the any pedi but before one more benya holding media course schools let's just say FDA has to certify say even though say best before nature it is wholesome let's just say a safe for the consumption of human beings and the FDA for go through all the existing protocols and arrangements before they made that declaration. It is a say there, the burden rather shifts to the FDA because maybe their findings are making and they are putting into the public. My social media I get a consensus. But I mean, as a spokesperson, any Ministry of Education, I hear a bit my. If you allege there issues of criminality, that is the prerogative of the police also on regime. But we can only do internal findings and communicate to the public that this is what happened.
Okay.
The rest is left for FDA to come and explain. Say na momo no na momo susu be aduane say na moko grante say and say. The FDA give further and better particulars to it.
Okay.
But what I say?
But what's the question me that say no pay. Ti u dem wi amefro. Na kobi bisa wase madam ka say ye ka say bi debre no so ye hwe can this be done in abrochire say obi e de aduane ekokoma nkwada wo school say nkwada ni na say best before this date na because of this and this and this and that na ye dey call country of origin na country of origin on so we better than that until no so ka san fa bra oboka and so no ye later the amount na FDA so say o ma to na oman no like America and as there be a toy America and Britain and Germany we be so because me
don't chewa the full class on
in fact I want to advise Kosi Kwatin say enyen sem nyina na yi ano you are a PR for Ministry of Education you have had enough of your explanations in his own words in a way a food and drugs board and I say, what can one say? I am telling him, say, before whatever FDA for any idea, in Kumasi, this is where all these things happen. Some people had been arrested. There were 22,000 bucks. And, if you are saying, say, FDA for a certifier, why were they rebagging?
The arrest was effected with FDA officials.
They had rebagged money 22,000.
Until woman signed the almost go and FDA for DNA
no, I don't think this is right, especially when it's going to buffer stock and to secondary schools. So FDA and all the authorities went and arrested the products. You think order fee above course you release one. What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Sunday on your can keke.
It doesn't matter.
FDA for because there are more questions to be answered.
I want to advise Kosi Kwate say he's done so well about explaining education or whatever. Whether we agree or not is another matter. But this one, Martin Nkawa, Joy FM, Martin Nkawa, he should back off because it doesn't lie within his domain. Say the one can. As the Minister of Education, the only answer we certify say among in Bakonwa supply. Yes, sir. But as to the quality, it doesn't lie within his domain at all.
Ambassador, Mr. One question I maybe so baby or will be ano. Ura Kwesi Kwate. There is no way he will go to the shelf. No who say say best before November 2024. No or better. Say he's going to consume that.
Best before. The definition will happen. No.
Okay.
Adewe, ebesi ha. Ubetime use ya besi ha. But after today, no, you cannot use it.
It's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed. And it depends on the number of things.
Yes, best before it's a fitia besi ha, you can use it. If the efficacy is high. But after this date in the day, you cannot use it. And in matters of drugs and food, no, restrictions in there. Every country is strong about it. What I say, what we are dealing with, and yes, sir, young Tom, and movie our betono, not expiry date in cry answer here. Now, the way I was stored in Tino, we was near there,
yes, the hand,
and Woody,
David.
a bro, our kota. Be now there are two baby, and yeah, another boy, a mold, a fufu, and no, Diana. Why? If you are near my man, so, yeah, the public relations, so every year, no. Oh, what is this country coming to?
I think they will say in Yabuti. I know how sensitive this issue might be and it is. But I commend Kwesi Kwate. My team said the ambassador kind on several platforms. And once the Ministry of Education, the integrity was impugned. I think in the Juma why fantastic.
But as to whether it's right, as to whether what he's doing is right.
Education ministry need to be authorities
say on Facebook page no said you know what the moon to the moon and na okan you know say bi wato ama yen free FDA for na yen mom bra no memma yen santi ase no
so his interruption of this program na HSA his interruption of this program no
there never say you clear there maybe
it takes a lot of effort to come here what you say
yes
so when you come here and there's a subject matter for discussion and you bring in this distractions
yes LC
and you productive
me pacho what dem say asem we bibi a work hu hia
yeah so table it as a topic no research about the name
bring the right people
me pacho bibi a won kwasa so hu hia edu ba bi enyensa no nyina na be kasa bi a ye said the count ya topics ni bebre nti we di twamu na awofo den ahwefo nyina tumi ahwe se we ni e ko nti ye trust be nya FDA for tirandi te so be nya FDA for na ye misa se na nsen ya omo ba ha betena na ye ne kasa omo se ye kwa koto bibi e supermarket na se ba bia ye hwe date ai wo ho best before ne ka ho bi na expire no so ka ho bi enti se hwe date e wan sa ne ato na sade no best before December 2023 na say
after
and which ansana ye ba be ye de ye ya anyway ye nyina ye te ya nti me da say ade bi na ka me ba oso but because of one security ni nti no man ko ye say so briefly so bi ka kra be ka fa galamse no semsem ye yi picture bi a ye Jimmy River amafo wo boase domase ene na wo monom afi mining company ko ho a
Jacob na 1876 and you draw the geological map of Ghana and you establish the geological survey so we call 37 you be a BNI for office one afi kra the omesin lands commissioner J Omasase no geological survey one office now it's been there since 1876. They know everywhere gold ewo. They know everywhere mineral bia ewo. There's a geological map of Ghana. And the University of Ghana remote sensing department so almost area map a survey bia enti say o beji concession what they do is a cadastral plan of your site. Normally, there are 2 geological sites in also. So what you are saying. So which means some prospecting here it was not necessary. Because Adib, when you say okay investment in gold mining, okay, geological surveillance, had the anchor gold now. What do now the equipment UTV so gold mining. And everybody who took a concession to go and prospect knew say baby work on the gold Intinas work one year prospect no starting mining straight away. And this is what has happened in this country. Nobody should deceive himself say a man lines his own prospecting and a concession there. Even those who have acquired right permit are all doing illegal things.
Exactly.
When we have more licenses, we have been licensed to do illegal things. Ya kaya break. One enkabium. Why in enkabium? As long as this president sits there and appoints Mrekuduka, in whose constituency mining is at its prime. So, sir, be a mami. And then Papa, you are appointing somebody as deputy minister for mines and mineral resources, and the person is in charge of mineral resources. And his own background is the headquarters of Galamsey. Takwa in Swahim is the headquarters of Galamsey. Maybe I will say Takwa.
Oh, Takwa, yeah.
So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? As long as Win to me leads the campaign of the NPP, gives me the impression, say, hey, this is not a government which is ready to do anything about the mining distraction. And the government, hold on a minute. It's not about, say, Insuana or whatever it is. In America, Michigan Lake, I supply lake, they found a little amount of lead. Michigan. What did the government do? They stopped everything to clean the water before it was used. In our case, as we sit here, baby, water has been now, water and sewage, preference are under attack. Brimso, Kumasi, and their friends, Wabi. They are all under Barikasi, they are all under attack. What are you talking about? What are we talking about?
Kofodia water was under attack. In some of under attack.
What are we talking about?
Yes.
You see, me, I don't want to talk about politics or anything. Look, there are people who must be held responsible for what has happened. It can be John Mahama, it can be Akufo-Addo, but people must be held responsible for what has happened. When I was in India, right, I saw influx of people Indians coming for visa
to Ghana.
So I called the consular officer, and I'm saying, why not? What is the reason why an Indian for Ghana, sir? And also, he would take information from Bluegate. All the people who are taking visa within the 3 months, could not be traced in Ghana. So I wrote, I will give you a copy. I wrote to the immigration, say, I want to know the disembankment, and say, you write it in the disembankment form. So where are the destination of these people? Most of these people were found in Kumasi. So I ordered, say, so Obia Ebeje visa, let the person come to me straight, so that I can know his intention. And also be issue, say, ambassador person will interfere in consular matters.
And the very issue,
you see, sometimes it takes somebody to be mad to solve a problem. Now, I was in India. There's a state to be India. They don't have gold mines, but they are the leading jewelry, whatever, south of India. And almost want me invited African ambassadors. But they invited me. They invited the Malian ambassador, the Cameroonian ambassador. Just forever. They gave us a private jet. That's what my first and last time in private jet. They call on. They good. That one way exhibit. So when you sabi. I'm concerned himself. From where? What is the source of this gold? Was it's from West Africa? I broke down. I broke down because figures I know one more go to say one more income from the gold deal no. Yen GDP no and bang yen Cameroon Mali ni Niger kwa no yen na GDP one and bang sa income one no. So I asked myself, look, Newmont, all the known companies, Anglo would near there, by their agreement, they have to export their gold. Okay, so there will be very little unless you verify agreement. Say one will enter a certain percentage to Bank of Ghana, unless I have not seen that yet. But if we bring out a policy like gold for oil, and have not varied the agreement with the Newmont and the rest now, then where is the source of our gold?
But we
okay, you can give me information.
The small scale miners, we purchase from them.
Small scale miners. Okay.
Which small scale miners are destroying our environment?
But respectfully, not all of them.
All of them.
Not all of them.
Chief. Me who? This time come Galamsey from my board. My Galamsey TV one. Show them going underground and they show it. I haven't seen one registered gold mine in Ghana apart from Newmont and the rest now. One say they are dealing in their confinement. I have been a deputy minister for environment, so I get information. I get information from I joined the protocol and you know what I'm talking about. And if there be a subscription, they publish and give to me. Say, your situation, dangerous.
Asema wo kan
dangerous.
Asema wo kan na be dey be say nansan enene nansan enene nanan enene nansan South Africa. You say minus illegal minus about 4,000. Akọ some pit bi mu and na pit no abu. Enti na say no mo inside ho a omu hie nso ni nema. Enti omu de SOS message ba bonte no. Abane say wansoma bo so bunkweta ya de obebo. Wo ma kan nya de a womo ye na omo yusu word bi say womo a ehye sa illegal miners na chi no aye gang leaders
cartel
drug laws gang leaders and to say the pabone for ma ye nu odi no modun udwa obo hu no omo na ehye sa for ni na ehye
my first was say a small scale miners I beg man patch me come small scale miner pay and always can go to excavator. Small scale miner bank. So what would be a mine? Oh, and then they make 2,000 euro, maybe so driver no, over 3,000 or go to excavator say. Until the government identify the persons behind it. See a situation, and you got about security.
I'm not saying
about security issues. Because those people who are, for instance, stateless, what do you call it in diplomacy? What do you call it? Non-state actors, non-state actors. They always want to find a source of money to finance the activities. What you're saying, and then if they find such a cheap source of revenue like Ghana's Galamsey, we are right in the middle of eye of a danger. What you better say, and for can language and Ghanaian language. Instead of the government arresting them, they find solace in saying so. And this is for Nakofa or Maba. If you know some people Nakofa buyer, am I above the law? Am I above the law? Say, me Mako Togo and I said Burkina Faso Akofa Kofa Basombe say my environment. Come now. Picture now we about big personal. It's worse now. It's worse. Sesiano the urban say insuo no air because sedimentation no e basura bo say insuo no why?
But I say why? Adi asema ye kan. What see South Africa dem ye mo hye me pa. Se nipa 4,000 wasase asena ban ne say maka mo ntienti no na mo abakwa betumetuma aye deterrent. I'd say obi fufo nkonko ebi ni say me fi mo sha sasana se ho. And na nipa se o machi ni nyina drug barons criminals no won na ehye chiri. Ya de pa ye de Ghana mu a. Ene obukura tio no mo.
Journalist.
Yes. Sophisticated weapons. A whole Eastern regional minister who is the head of regional security. Any team, so arrest. Almost some do one. A Triana, the government is required. Almost near that, it was an answer. NCC for the Abia Babonte said, "Oh, when it's yes, a jihadist phobia." Any name be one more was one some bintino. Mebune one northern part of the country, who quine. Member Mama who quine. Nasa jihadis for this uncle free. And you sue a more farm for mental trouble. I will buy between. How would you do? I did. I will save security wise, you know. As I said, Nasa security minister, they are not so calm. Rakanda passe. Sa illegal mining, you know, a threat to national security. A whole security minister that comes as a way. Do you see say effort are you put in say between their quantity way no you put in more effort and I say what is it
Ejamida say for once you pretend to say NDC ni ho MPP ni ho and approach the issue as neutrally as possible very obvious say commitment ni ho anka commitment wo ha me sure say galamsey be last beyond 48 hours e Ghana. In fact, me and madam for be a soldier for, and they tell me that before omubeko operation under previous operations, you know, omube map, then omube chro. You see this site, obe to me alcohol site where unto me. There were places that was beyond reproach. You dare not go near there. In fact, on mobile Drew Galamsey site, they report to their commander say, "Hey, because just turn a blind eye to it and move to the next one." So according to them, they felt say commitment behind you, and you cannot go on an operation like that. And almost sad to me, no, less than 48 hours. Mobile stop Galamsey Ghana because media were GDP in your military in omo capabilities. Are there Congo, any Liberia, even currently you are soldier for Lebanon, Sudan. I feel say Sudan, Galamsey, Ghana, Adikitwa Bima, your military. Commitment in as simple as that. You see, French NGO be from pro mediation. I think 2 years ago, omo report be HSL. There's a possibility, say, jihadists, no terrorists, no, are engaged in small-scale mining, galamsey activities in Ghana. Because mostly, almost sika. So any economic activity they can embark on ebema almost sika, from illegal mining to cattle wrestling, you know, they bring them here to sell, Nentri, any. Then they are engaged in money exchange. Because of the unregulated nature of our regime, no? To me exchanges ask and unim bibia echo, and so they are possibly engaged in illegal mining. I mean, not once, not twice. Omubeko mining sites be Omubecho, and majority of them are foreigners. I think that Galamsey Assembly should be seen as environmental terrorism. Sure. And should be addressed as if say terrorism. Chamfras, any excavators, no, I describe them as weapons of mass destruction. Just as nuclear energy, we are using for papa, we are producing power, we are using for medical purposes. The same way it can be used for weapons. The same way with excavators, no. Yeah, the year car acquire any idea. But the same excavators are used to destroy the environment. And me outlining Nema a 9B. And it's so simple, so straightforward, so succinct. One, yes, suspended licensing. Besides, say His Excellency Kyle, it's not all about paperwork. You can have all the paperwork now, so you are engaged in illegality. Okay, but we make it look like Galamsey omu are those that don't have papers. But those with documentation, no omu na omu ye galamsey, no omu destroy environment chain. Those that even don't have it in the first place. Anything I me see. Yes, suspend the licenses for now. Yen impose a state of emergency in all of these mining areas. So I wouldn't because the cabinet legal regime ube ye bibia obi betumi injecting e wo court any adi, but state of emergency wa you pack aside mrano and address a challenge to the nation.
That's a suggestion way say you say labor union for no e kan ho asem say yenye so
exactly. Then after who imposes our state of emergency no, then you get the security services led by the Ghana Armed Forces or Mubeko in even from the air to address the issue. Beyond that, the last part, and other issues, you see, Galamsey Assembly, we've allowed it to consolidate itself to the extent to say it has become a subculture. And it has metamorphosed into a DISC, multi-dimensional, number bebree. And so before we'll be able to deal with it, we have to approach it from the multi-dimensional perspective. Because I went to a number of Galamsey sites. Many Ebemuno, Yakasa, no, we see largely omo engage in illegal mining because omo mainstay ejuma ni honti. And interestingly, Galamsey, it oils the local economies. For example, who a hotel and a restaurant omo tanya sikapa because of Galamsey activities. Some time ago, Madam Fubino wanika or person talk no Accra. For some time when ya obia obe talk sakano, so obi advice no call Galamsey sites Galamsey areas no better less than 24 hours omoto sakano. So there's so much money. Galamsey communities the Galamsey oils the local economy. So you see omunjaya what mechanisms are able to me, safety nets are able to me provided, so it will not be a shock to the local economy. 1, 2. For a lot of young people, what do we do? Currently, the unemployment rate is about 14.7. Youth unemployment is very high because, for example, we can offer youth unemployment is about 22%. Still, your Ghanaians are more or less than $1 a day. Okay, and so what do we do? And then social interventions able to me provide so that at least more stopping Galamsey and then ejuma no more by year.
What the bad back also I did mean to and say what's here national security and security experts in one more. Most of these people are Ghanaians.
Yes, a lot of them because they feel say Ghana is lawless. So it is because other countries will not condone this. So mostly Omuti say, oh, because the news is flying all around the sub-region. So, oh, Ghana, they are free for all regulation being or even Obakia, Galamsey. And that is the worrying factor because Omubia free all the way from China. How much less
Yemen. Can you imagine Fubi? Which Yemen food to be no so illegal money.
Can you imagine? Minya. And the last bit, it will our system. In fact, almost every mining site it will during last operations, almost to me easy, not just AK-47 and pump shotguns, almost to me easy, I think AR-15, any M16 rifles.
Wow.
Our Galamsey sites. And Ubiso more almost see, some time ago, some research we our eastern region. Almost see mostly almost too good we are on their way to town robbers stop them, and rob them. And they need, and they use it as a weapon of intimidation and so against their workers. Okay, so and then about Sa Eto Ewa Galamsey sites because they see Omunjaya, what will become of those weapons? omo we are using for other purposes to say robberies any adi. So it's just unfortunate say you drew bibia yet no because of your inaction, because of largely your irresponsibility and the lack of commitment in tackling that issue head on. And I feel it is so glaring. In the past, we drive on the main highway, your forest cover be behind it, then Omuya Galamsey Afi, they do it right by the side of the main road. Me sure say it's just a matter of time. Omube started to main road.
Now when my dear Bakoswa, Yagan Cosson said, Baby, Omuya say illegal mining. Obrase hopa yisa prostitution ritual killings and also a hopa antino and then no how no door so chain
because melting pot obia ba honum all manner of persons it say kaswa developed within a very short time. Unfortunately a buying but no didn't develop to be consistent with the rate of development honum. So I'm not surprised there were different types of criminality Galamsey sites pose an existential threat to your Bible nationally.
Okay.
When say we are sending message say, one day fresh babies, crack underground, edukobo, ekokumomo Galamsey pit
ritual.
Yes. Omo rituals bebre. Me doctor bi din komo. Abrantie bi a ne baby ekowu ye ewo Galamsey site baby. Akoda kete 3 months or so. And now ono na o papa akoda no mo say the way no mo ye nani anye ho na ono adi akire ahwehwe mu a o se de ohu ye no te say BBC yes ansa na akoda no omo ye nti omo ye akoda no niema bi na omo de ko niema bi nti and some doors anyway ye wo don hwere ba ko na sa don hwere ba ko ye hwere se betumi aka bibi e de afa electoral commission ye nya ne tie I don't know se muncho mati bi a say ballot papers ye de ko voter region any a half region no
have been reprinted,
have been recalled na yet okay enti mo yentie press conference ayi si ni ye no yentie kakra na fe yes amra
The commission has seriously taken action to cure the defects and has deployed teams to the printing house to correct the anomalies. Gaps still exist, and the commission has taken the decision to recall the ballot papers for the Ahafo and the voter regions. The commission has decided that the 2 regions ballots will now be printed by bulk and arts commercials respectively. So bulk will print Ahafo ballots for both the presidential and parliamentary, and arts commercials will print the ballot papers for voter region. We wish to inform you that we will share the printing timetable with you by the close of work today. The plans for the record and disposal will also be shared with you soon. We thank you for your attention.
Yes, press conference omo ye you were tete and ekasa no see the honorary deputy director commissioner in charge of Mirifikakra operations and or the by minima your son is mati adintra omo chirichimu be na den na muhu ye chirichimu be na mo so nya fiisifo no ho any press conference omo ye omo di ka bo mamani ansa na bibi say ko parties out no
that be the bab say you can easy asam na I try to dispute the theory say elections are won at the police station because election is not an event, it's a process. Now if you are not vigilant at any station of the event now, you have lost the election.
Absolutely.
And because say 4 year 5 year day I'm a Kofi. That Kofi has been able to get the 4 of you, right, on his side. There may be a meeting and police station. He has won the elections already. Having lost successive elections, we decided, say, it was not going to be business as usual. The guy Tanko, Tanko computer, intentionally, the NDC sent him outside to be trained. I've revealed the secret. We sent him outside to be trained. And he had studied, as part of our research and studies, I talked to you about the book called How to Rig Elections. Last time we have studied it all. How some presidents have rigged elections. Printing is one of them. Who even prints and how he prints them? So when you lose election by 1 million votes. 2020, yakoye printing nyina wie. Yako. And one of our members intentionally, today I'm revealing most secrets. And I'm saying you intentionally left his laptop at the press house. And we're trying about 20 minutes. Was saying and trying. And the people were busily loading sacks, similar sacks, similar sacks now. They load, and now we're challenging and afraid and from over 1.2 million of the ballot sheets, they are printing. And now ABC printing is for to guarantee say be run offer. Well, just prepared that. And this was in the presence of the EC officer. And I microphone said Debbie. I will even review the person who went there. I said Debbie. And you munyi ballot people because if it is run offer, a better will look coffee. Exactly. Yeah, phone in a better will look coffee. Yeah, 5 in a picture also. Right? Eventually, a reporter has sent to the police. The police for you said, "Young question." In Kumasi, some briefcases, pictures in some hotels, and for good reason, because of commercial reasons, we more hotel anything. But hotels we were in Shayasuha, people were there with pre-printed thumbprints. Pre-printed ballot papers. And we say, reporting my police, nothing happened. And you say, NDC there, this time, we'll take our referee to the boxing rink. First and foremost, EC did not tender the printers through procurement. They selected them. Their reason is that because of their experience in printing previous papers. But 3 of the printers also had never printed papers before. And they are quite packed and NDC phone can raise issues. We raise issues because once bitten, twice shy. It started with voter registration. So new voters registration. Every day the electoral commission changed the figures. Because one figure is not on the banner. And this is for the end of the also it was an error, you correct it. Electoral commissioner, you are spending so much money, right, to equip you. And you have assembled your so-called best people. Decide that they are using Cora draw to do a Juma ordinary Excel should do. They call that also an error. So some of us are calling, instead of electoral commission, we call it commission of errors. What has happened? Say why assembly election crowd? I say why PC there? 1 year, over say ballot paper ni be already printed obi di necessary so ena ya printing ti say won ya smarter e dey ayo into say police station when they say more 500 extra and that's one yes smarter you have lost by 500 votes because they are going to declare the 500 no invalid. Have you noticed why in Ghana elections apart from NDC and MPP no the third highest
sport ballot.
Sport ballot.
Well, so the mean one yensa kan Dr. Bosman Asara wa homa no so. Enti ye ni nkomo kakra a wo sase. Doc no pay de ye da se ye mo ache.
Me je so ache for ni ahwefo nyina.
Oba ha chu.
Meba.
Ya na brand. Ani bi wi amefo na fe ya hyehyɛ. Me pacho so far ne me kwose nya ne se mo de ballot papers no ekɔ ɔmamu ni nyina ma ho nsama kosi sɛn.
So far the me fan say radio to bibia da kwam ya shafia the ballots ni bi ekɔ. Em say greater Accra Kromo parliamentary ni nyina ye de kɔ. Ena ye nra o te say ye say printer ba akona say ni serial numbers na ekɔ no. Enkoye ntino commission say to ensure ballot integrity no. Ya de na juma na ma two other printing houses say book press as commercials. So mo ni nye. Ena ye ni say bi radio asma ba Bernarda na ukwada omunya so be wie bibia ntino meanwhile no baby omunya me bia ye ready no so balance na ready ya shafie e de kokɔ. Last time I check em say Western region kran so na bi so e continue ye guso a ye pe feedback na ya and then so mo a bibia betumi aye no mo atumi akɔ.
Doc who say print one more print here no enfum so ben na was ballot papers no ntia mo say wo mo sanfamre.
The attorney say omo print ballots ni wi a no mo the serial numbers na guso. The serial numbers na na automatic generation I say afidie na yiba. Ba ye hu so mo afidie no na eyi ana ebi abobia faso. Ti yes ana mo si o ene o mbe na manual. Na manual no mo ye no ye team ne hwe ya no mo hu se no. Se ne tie na hwe ya gaps amohu gaps makoma bi na omuntumi nkyere se bia gaps be kwa koye bebre enti se be ya broni be ka se to ensure the integrity of the ballot no other na commission fa mo before from se be ya enkoba se ye to aba ne be ka se ballot amode ba ba bi de na mfom so ho ba bi de na ehun tichima na bibia ye kama the commission say se be ya ye ba avoid this kasa we nyina no ye fa mo before from na ye onye na ye hu se bibia ye kama so far sa regions we no pan ye nya o ha and na yetumi e dia mo bi foforo.
Doc say obi answer na mo de kɔ no mo anhu bra mo ye no mo anhu ma mo de kɔ ye answer na yes and recalling.
So mo sha se ye no ya call round so hwe na ye hu se omo ye hu adwuma omo ye hu adwuma na omo ye duru ba bi a ye hwe de omo aye no en ye hu se ni se na wo hwa printing house bi ani onipa be 8 wo ha mo ye adwuma ebi ye auditors ebi ye stores for ebi ye security ni ade ti pe omo advice no na commission access hu se ye mo to aso a ahwa na de o ha kakra bi aba na akoye se bia balance amode ko afo any voter region no be before the no nsam kakra wo ho and na commission yes assessment yes yi send ye tie bia na yempa nkrofo foforo na yemfa voter no ko art commercials na yemfa afo no so ko book press na mo nyama ye na bibia nya kama
ya mo kan wi
ye mo kan wi dwumadi aye di na ye democracy ni ya de ekese da ye nyina ya koma so nti bibia etwase ye beye be man na tumi agina ho yie na bibia ye kama no eni ye beye nti commission enye bibia ye boka egusa
ya hwe wo mo a print ye former wo mo a ye select wo mo se wo mo entintintintim sa ballot papers yi no wo mo ye well known wo mo ye experienced printing companies printing press awodo ye nim se wo mo adwuma no mo nimu ne de ma wo na se processes ben put the firm at the select safo nyina we no dey akodi ayi.
Can say sankofo na who you Ghana best printers are omo na best printers we have in town. And beyond that no mo nyankophobia even say 4 years ago ya no mo baye omo nyina de onye adwuma nche kwa since 1998. ti ani omo aye adwuma bebre ani omo aye adwuma bebre na edu time bi amfidie na ni omo de ye adwuma no ewo mu ana asam kakra aba ti me fi se bibi sa na eba ya ama na koba sa bo mo ye nkofo ani omo ye adwuma kra ba 26 years ku
I see na ebinum ka se voter region party be stronghold o enti no yisi no ya yobo apayo bi wo ho ringi won krofa adwuru man krofa start ka ho asem de na be ka de afa ho
obi obeka sa bia me nse nyina so bia enio de ye electoral commission an ye nhwehwemu en ye hu se sane printing e cost na nya sane ye peno enti nya se party bi na beka se we stronghold we yintino the electoral commission election na ye no broni beka se our reputation our integrity is on the line ti ye kura na be ye mfere aye ye nimguase kese so bi beka se electoral commission the ballot anya ekwa debi ye mpese obi abekasa ti na ye nyina no parties ne de omo agents akọ printing house mo hwe se de ekọ ba bia no eye kama mo we se bibia hu ntichima na tumi kodu reaching ho na ekọ constituency ekọ polling station obi ato na ba otumi ato na kama sane ye nyina ye pedenti no obi obeka se electoral commission asheda no nyina so pia eni ho ye nyina ye peniye tini ye ka se sa na be ye dia ye mfamu obi foforo na onye na bibia enye kama
eti sa de amoba be da be no be wie
awurade aduma ayi minim se printings omunya ya kesefo panti no enye mwa se bi ochina kura na adwa do mbeka so mwa print awie na ya check bibia na che wuku ada de awurade ya aduma na che bibia bewiye tinya de be chesa
ayo dok we de ma me fa hu kana mi sa asamba ko na minya kwana kwa bi so wa busy no paper accreditation sam no CSO so bi se mo ama accreditation ni bi ayampa adentira
ya no kure se ayi no apply a nipa bebre ekwoku bebre na apply for se person mo observe election bebre na munya mo apply a na ye de mo afa process mu ye de mo application no ye hwe ayi wo experience research a wo ye ni ade tinye so obia keke no ba ya na electoral commission si amon se ko observe eni e obekom team na ya na se mi buso omkwa nipa bebre and institutions bebre na apply bebre so saka enti no obia na sanka no fi se bibi na sanka on sa obetumi asa drop a petition commission se omonhwe na mo no kura se ni obia na saka
enti de ayi me kenka ba ku bi me no ba ku bi di nkoma na se bi no mu di nkoma so mo kan ne se mo kan se mo tumi fa ma mo na mo chirechire mu ese mo de chirechire so weni wenti na ye ma accreditation no mo anya ne sa ya mpa
so anu de unse omo apply na in their thousands enti no obi wo na officer strongly no ya farmer no pese ohun chirechire mu a bibi ansi kwan so ba chiro aba commission say mo farmer me die be enti na mo farmer me commission will respond
okay enti doc so far ne ma boko
awurade adum bibia da kwan mu ye hwese ye niema ni nyina ebekwa akodu regional capital so na akọ police ambush ye balos no ti dia kapia nso etwase ye de ko district so ne constituency na ya shafe ye de ko nti bibia da kwan mu pa
ebinim se awade mo ma na kontam dodo yenya ntanka bia aka be na num na ka ekọ na so we na integrator kra de say yahwena no ya me akra de ma me aka betumi aso ade akọ me do so
ya juma no who could do region wa afa na won say be wo police ambush ona e be do election na na wo ka say o de kwa na nenuma ba bi wo ha ba bi o mu twa nsuo so ni ade no e bi wo 2 days kwa say o mu di kan de ko so enti afa so na ko constituency o mu ba be che de be ko polling station bia ti nyina nya juma keto enti no yakura na kontem eboa ye na ye workers e wo regions na districts so tumi anya bre atoto to omo nyema nyina ye ntino ense Ghana fo nyina hu se kontem obi ani age na ze se wo ha na otwemi ensa se na che sa bre dodo na akura na akoto omo abantino MC ye ne sa ye
okay doc no pe be dance
nso be da mo se pa
ye be di ko on shira on so ye be di ko na waba why
yo no problem
mi wie pe me fro me dance Dr. Bosman Asare wono na oye deputy chair
commissioner of error
deputy chair electoral commission in charge of services and wrestling say we there watching chimuti no ayam hihye bi ani ho
me as a party, NDC, I'm giving our supporters all the hope. Say, I was giving you the number of our deputy IT Tanko. So I was what fair on also. Now more first-hand information of what happened.
Randy, sir, so yes, on sabet me akana.
Tanko
computer, so sabet me akana na said ya work and on so nchire mu say ubenya NPP miaminu ni mako me favors na favors mako so mame
we say
you so enti bibi kakra yes and
I want to say sir say the boss man Asare Kano. I wish I can have belief in what he's saying. Can person can many GD wo asama work anymore. But my experience doesn't allow me to have that conclusion. Because registration no. Eja komna ya beka yo machine CB and room term machine CB say a voter region a normal and contempt. I think you are aware of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, that here na internet no go off. No way how you say no. Whereas other regions no. And this stronghold no. Those things were not happening. Put to interfere. We see back for no for back and show what me mama interfere or the back share the no the back abono no coco. Now, how is it and why is it there? Every time Biano voter region there's a problem there. Why is it? Consistent errors. Na what I say? I can recite several occasions in the voter region. No, YC's approach has not been
assembly elections.
These assembly elections.
You say the best about hope you. Yanko amano so we dey wada ro mamesrewa na you say bonidin ti be person no akasa e kire yen
Tanko.
Yes, that wa homa no so Rashid Tanko computer deputy director IT NDC. Rashid mema wachi?
Yeah, design.
Adumuna na so
hey, I dey boko.
The radiance. Na den na mako hu a okay me say then one yanity, Your Excellency Sampiale, Ambassador Sampiale say, Munyanity, say, ballot papers in being somehow being the Kovuta region. And then I who ye, I was our ballot papers, I only quay as I assign the chi.
Okay, who say, ballot paper, it was serial number. Serial number, no. Or input after printing ballot papers now. No more input serial numbers automatically input serial numbers onto each of the ballot papers. Serial numbers in the manual. But you can say phone starts no. Almost serial numbers no. Ya na gaps and na differences and almost serial numbers no. And you're correct. And so who say serial numbers no more no. It has fallen into the black tick line. So yeah, obi tom printer, a bit my rejected ballot. And so we thought that it wasn't the best. So Fred Electoral Commissioner can't say voter region ballot paper is not phone start printing and you're correct. Not that Electoral Commission almost say I'm a credit NDC na because ballot paper is no print no. So voting centers are no bit to a rejected ballot because serial numbers and you're correct, and then quality of ballot paper no so and it's affected 2 regions I have for any voter region. So no your IPAC meeting no electoral commission no baba country say they see idea or more to contract no come box press any act commission. No, printing fresh ballot papers in my voter region, any half region. So, no question.
Now, we are suspicious about the another question who and say, where a normal error. Abrebe na muhunu say, sa problem no ho, muna mudi kan hunu ye twi isi adwene si so na say isi ne hunu ye, and no about free park meeting they two when say and I'm mutuni.
Yo, that your country electoral commission said phone starts no omuni capacity no more print because omu start print na who said omu man no mo ye nye omu print no mo ye nye correct and no higher no because we thought that what quality assurance na electoral commission omu used to call selective phone start no say omu print ballot paper. So we thought that was not the best thing to do. And we raised the issue severally. Me boss okwa truck kata kogun social media Dr. Maneboama. O truck kata kogun social media. No, ye ko iPad meeting ye saka. Can't you say phone stack o me print dey no mo ye enye. So they should take the control away from there. Oh say Yasako. Another print house. Dano sa no musu o muntumi ye print no kra mo start almost 2 weeks muntumi print about ba ko pe. Ya kasa sana electoral commission offer contract from almost command different printing house. And so NDC will continue to use our eagle eye on them. And we'll say, year money, let be able to call you.
And see, so far, Nema saying to say no more. Because I'm beside be from electoral commission, some of Famamo about a voter register. No, the final one of the mammo. No, most to be can. They are not more no. Some of the.
Say, almost Rockrata, you be so much say you want statistics there, any summary. It took them almost 5 days. No more, almost fast statistics in about it. But when they brought it, who say almost Sakai be, they say almost close polling stations be because of some 1 or 2 reasons. They've closed some polling stations. They be so more. Who close polling stations are? Can't say. Yeah, a political party, major political party say NDC. No, him say who close polling station. Okata no culture no wo sanka police station be do send na close. So you be so mo say omuntre police station do send no mo close. Na and numbers na go through 884 voters for them to move them to other polling stations. That is the issue we have with them currently. Because the closed polling station without the knowledge of the political party. And then we want them to tell us omuntre where are those polling stations they have closed? Where are they located? And no edisom.
Na bibi say no money police station ko
they have no informers. In fact, even yesterday at IPAC, one of my colleagues also raised it again. You have closed polling stations. Tell us which polling stations have you closed, and you are keeping quiet. Now almost saying yes truck at momo and some number me police stations no more closing. Aba electoral commission. So now when you do things, unless you write for you to respond to them, you won't let the people know. What is this?
Who said there's some kind of fishy deal because of baby Anna?
Now where they are near fishy and they are who close the police station, one can't try. What does that tell you? Who close the police station, no one can who a media man. They say I go to about no more can say and then who police stations in the home or collapsing or close in the home. What will you be thinking?
Anyway, and to much letter know the corner some fan koi. Okay. Na ba na hu meeting ntam kan bisa Dr. Bosman Sari wo hu se ehimfa na makulusu no se na be hu mantam no ene bia poten wo nti tanko anope be da se papa.
Me dasi.
Rashid Tanko computer deputy IT director de ma NDC. Your Excellency Pacho Manu Sima.
Oh, no credit ba ko pe. So what you say? For my friend Bosman, this is when we have raised that issue several times at that part, it's another matter. The Ghanaians have heard it. But you see, what is important is this. Say, election say the will of Ghanaians. Ghanaians will have trust and confidence in the government that comes out. So what you say? But say Kotu state institutions and individuals wanting to control, bribe people and do all this. Now elections in the bar, right from the word go, government the crowd it doesn't have the confidence of the people. And they are not they will groom. I am praying, sir. This YC has reputation to say they are Bosman and Kasa Ekan. from declaration of results. See, as I said, meaning the gazetted result of the 2016 elections. This is the 2020 na woman had several results,
Yeah, 2020.
2020. Nobody knows the results. Okay? We that declaration to change. Now we the fact to say most of them are known political party, politically exposed people. I won't even say activists, even though some of them are activists. I can be an activist, but once I'm put in the place of confidence, I will do what is just and right of me.
Okay.
But so far, that has not come as being exhibited by the current EC. Errors, edosun. Now, say, what you mistake back home, you correct too. Second one, third one, not just where Wapa now here. You understand what I'm saying? There's a Wapa now here. What go school? What be fee? Eduane is one country man ready. Second, what papa Eduane is work of ready. Third one, Obika Choma is working here and now. Back at translate.
Ebi obaja tu so wakwi anso ampa yakwa amano so your excellency na ye ne Evans ne mako on ye director of election ma NPP eni kuma kakra Evans anu pe machi na bibia boko
oba da da ma he
me so de me wo pa
there are there
until they say
when you do cheaper and you know
she me no me wi so
yeah dey ni nyame
unu anya no safi be se unya minua bra me ne wa bro wi ase yo
then as
me nkasa Evans yi si nansen am so mo de ballot papers no come yahodo ne nya ne tie se two regions ye voter ani ya hafo wo ma atwe asane ayi bo party no mote nso amoso de na mo ka de afa ho
yo oyin ma me na to na me ncheti for the medical can say ejumadi na electoral commission din na no oni ye political party and so they be Ghana Democracy be tumpo 25th of this month October and I used to issue letter say one of the companies handle printing of the ballot in the attack said and share ne kosuno enya dia ebe meet timeline into other companies eba begie and then enra nyan into say he say political party yemra for an emergency meeting ye call and shemu ne say a half rating any voter company air print no air sponsor a print wie a do stage obey serial numbers no automatically generated the machine no M15 years if you do baby some manual and I used to say that in see a voter near happen waje e dia ma fast pray any as commercial sir omo principal ballot ni
okay
and na stop pepe ni see na ye new patriotic party for the say ebra e see ya ode ya sako there ma other printing houses one now engage here na boy amane incident can hu hia mpo say ye be any emergency meeting but akwakoba say at stage bia ye bedu ewo abato ho hyehyɛ ya electoral commission ye NDC for ewo mu views bia on tiase on say metwe adua kwa akira registration exercise course of this 2024 yi si a limited registration exercise owieye oye transfer oye pause o ma extension kwa kaka samafo ebetumi atromudi ni nyina nkamfo a ebra yi si de ne provisional register ma political party yenuanum NDC for raise allegations they be found say register no enye fit for purpose oye menka meka say NDC for ya brom no quite the hopper omo fan to baby esa ye de to so first see any provisional register say EC Bay exhibition of the register. Now, Obia, what you need, baby, Obekwa, I such a man. Why am I the Sacremo Abba, a letter commission, any voter, and some intermasem. Name the woman said, as I say, easy, at the copy my political party, or concern be a Waba the cash electoral commission. Yeah, what you who say NDC for organize a younger demonstration across Ghana if the register no any paper. Nipa bear 50,000 womb, Nipa bear 248,000, easy transfer. Down prayer printing air coffee. NDC for Alcofa a branch TB a friendly jackpot. Occur runs all the printing houses. The other two money say, Moshi print, Moshi the documents, Moshi the papers. And in all that, no matter about the can say, MPP ni easy, and share na abatono, MPP area. I mean, that piano, some necessary a cancer man, and some are becan in your sonim. A Jacobna, may the West here about the disadvantage. If it's a person that can now see us here. Not at all amount for so say, new patriotic party. Register yen sakayano. Your police station for a young worduma. Down no your committee. You see the final certified register and my political parties. And this is for the almost 87. You see no empire breakdown MI. And no yes na and yasem kitwa. Now that piano the NDC for almost where not just the MPP per se elections. Men can come as some say. About why a better December 2nd, any December 7th, new patriotic party, a presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, will be winning. Samson will be winning majority in parliament. Voters never swaba, and yet they all best now them aye. And yet they used to need to baby. Name your polling station executive, as you might on my ya, on my co-voters in channel. Based on that, programs are Ura Mahmoud Bawumia de Bano, and no Mujina Swaba. Now, you know, your superior policies, your programs are Bema Ghana for 2 points. No, the Omoki. A Jacomna, as I say, a breast, a discussion near me, Bema Ghana 2 points. And allegations are ended for the Beba, Omunina. So, almost the allegations they pay. You quiet IPAC meeting, 1st of October, 15th of October, I'm media for Mubabe Kavayeno, who had this before. Me give it a Ghana for a home. The officer who obey na ye dey nim say no kware nsuma ana dey dance one fan to a fito enti da bi omo ye omo niam sa omo keka enyina so nim no kware ba be daddy.
Okay, Evans my say we answer na okay every niti e say you see a close to police stations be more aware.
Yeah, you see the polling station numbers ne buy and sample na or the polling station ne beba no or they see ballot statistics printing houses no and they printing register ballot papers. Now okay can polling stations a one in a boma e ja from Rabenya do saying 40,648 and December 2 the special voting no 328 we need polling stations no. Now you see Yako IPAC ama yisi kache say polling station and the dodo voters dodo ebebo 750 no obechem intebe A and B. What am I saying?
The same
the same area,
okay,
the same premises A and B. Ekobasa almost 750 a obeja na sa said the beya obi abenya kwenya atunaba from 7 equal to 5 is the bepon.
Okay.
Name terms so.
Okay.
Into or the ballot statistics amount now calculating now boom now we have this number of polling stations now. And then pa ne betray also say nipa 884 B A B and come back polling station B. But it's answer number no yeah embo 750 and unti ye jane said yes na they will be at their original polling station.
Okay.
Then you might obefa voters register. And for new no one here polling station be our model no. And this is for person be no. nti da bia no on person ba bontin e be create problem near ansam near kire mo say de afie dan ye call meeting easy for oratipe okay so say electoral related issues no say on tia en ko jina bontin bie ano eba se mon compile mo results am doing compile mo wi ana mo ba be tete
me da say Evans me da say
we are Asia.
Matiminia, me that's papa.
Evans a compilation of results. Up to now, as soon off, MPP has not been able to.
Thirty seconds.
I hope
30 seconds, but not quick.
You didn't call Evans Nimakun to do politics. Otherwise, would have answered him. But the point is that, sir, Upobia is one opinion is now say.
Okay.
Yes, every time BI NDC raises issue beyond, YC has come to acknowledge and change, which is a common knowledge.
Anyway,
so that narrative, by the fact, sir, one constituency as our platform, so just and just a way campaign. What does the MPP think that the NDC for the but he's a director of elections, so you should know better.
This is not fair. What is not fair? Director spoke.
He didn't insult anybody. He didn't insult anybody. But he didn't impugn the competence of the MPP.
He has the right to.
But he didn't. When my director spoke, he didn't impugn the competence. So I also have the right to say what I'm saying.
It's a freedom of moderation. It's been a moderate. Remember also, I say, what they make patch. Me ma so be 2 minutes now. Yeah, clear wood in influence. So I say more CSO Dawson
or Chantro. He was lying. You know, I just didn't want to interrupt. He was lying, and yet thousands of CSOs or Chantro. There's no denying the fact or Chantro. And I'm saying it for a fact. Bosman Asari, now Chantro. Because the thing is, look, you know, in them CSOs, no, these are CSOs of not just domestic but international repute. Okay? I remember some time ago, Kojo Opon Kruma, then the Minister of Information, offered me as the executive director of the Jetski Center for Human Security, or say, we want to bring peace to Dagbon and we need your help. See, Jetski, we played a very critical role. Jenny State Security Services, we've been working around the whole country and even beyond. Just a few weeks ago, now you're north, you're now Tolong, Zabzgu, Tatan, you're training over 2,000 observers. Come to even think of it, Minya. Senko. Since 2008, year election observation. Yes, 2008, 12, 16, 20, and even last Asin election, year election observation. What has changed this time around? We a unilateral decision, and I can say that for a fact. On monthly basis, they had the opportunity to explain. Then you are not qualified to be given accreditation, whether we are a terrorist organization and now they had that unique opportunity to clarify in letter no. The commission is unable to accept your application at this time. On what basis? One more explanation there. There are other CSOs that were given accreditation. We know those CSOs. They cannot compare pedigree to the CSOs are Omudina. Senko is led by General Arnold Kwenu, first commanding officer of ECOMOG. Yeah. ECO was starting economic integration, but because of Liberians and Semno, they decided to have a military angle to it. No, the first commanding officer. So what are they talking about?
You see, NDC and Minya Penny Evans kind. This election is clear. Makawa had said, Omon Semno and Togana Fuasu. Omon Comono, Ghana for any and Omo candidate, no Ghana for Akase Omon Peno. And you know, I say Omo, they are frustrated, they are struggling and clutching on straws. Otherwise, semna money is and the easiest point is that yes adeɛ dwumadi na yɛ di no yɛnum na yɛ every step of the way.
Who problem be me yanka?
Oh no, that's not what the EC is saying. Okay. Every step of Ambassador Wadaroma, every step of the way yɛnum na yɛ. Where there are issues, no more the attention bar, we address them. The EC is not saying it's a man can, and they even say can also say mamon can, but some bar ponting and create the impression as though say EC no deliberately is trying to connive with the MPP to rig the election. No, I double down today. No, I had a problem. No,
yes, but could be a woman they can about. Near be a year yes, in Pacho, yes,
was NDC is going to rig election.
Yes, okay. Back in terms of maybe some. Once they not be say, a bright ye, one can be a year or easy office. Easy say be an eye. I feel we are saying or say a BVD Bakubina Ira. I feel we are a laptop. I feel we are saying, I formed you to say Yamaira or Hampa. Eti sankaman pusu anka yisi baba bontama obet am ye hunu say ampani ampani mo no say ayira na ayira.
Again, my point is that
yes,
the EC is a human institution.
Yeah.
Look, if there is any political party with a history or say I'm so worried about the electoral commissioner, it should be the MPP. Why? 2012 when we went to the Supreme Court with a petition, the issues that we raised, serial numbers are now missing and all that, to the extent that the Supreme Court judges know it was a 5-4. 4 of them said areas no serial numbers no we should go and do a rerun. But another that we consider be a man John Dramani Mahama Nyoman Penny. So yes, the Electoral Commission, sometimes they make a mistake. In 2012, they made a mistake to the extent that it went to the Supreme Court. We identified those mistakes. Now, Asemba, calm down. Sa Kasabi as if say Oman no bebo see we need elections no and then say Electoral Commission no adubro. Election ya yekwe, any emotions, any sentiments. And your policies are what about to Amagana for Jatum and on Beko police station, no Mako to Obama. Now can we say, oh, there are several ways of rigging election. If there's any evidence of any political party, especially they also will use an attempt of rigging the election there, then somebody can also conclusively say 2012, you rig the elections. Because some of the issues that were discussed or litigated in court, we are seeing some semblance of what is happening, and clearly, a institution or institutional problem. And as they make progress, no more fix. What can issue about BVD? I recall and I still remember, say again, every step of the way they provided the information. Please watch one more. They also
deny.
Wait,
there was a denial.
There was an investigation. Report naba entiye naba omo hwehwe mu de omo ye bia no mo to bi omo tu ye bia no omo kire ase I recall at that time na pania Dr. Kweku na wo ho said the empom laptops no mo wi ai meba or kire mu ka say laptops doesn't affect the credibility of the election ni nyina ya ka still NDC for jam be omo jam but me de be wi asem we and ambassador kan say no say ade na de bia na esi wo NDC stronghold. It's not true. Esi wa hafo and water. Ahaf was not the stronghold of the NDC. Ahaf was not the stronghold of the NDC.
I refer to NDC. I would refer to voter region.
And I'm saying that this issue that happened, and you do what friend in Pennyforce or Mundi, it's not just voter region.
I am NDC for so good.
I am maintain back.
Then I want to them.
Maintain the work. But I'm saying that it's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Then maybe we know about accreditation. Last week of me bahano 2 weeks ago, me team in your report, fantastic report. Anytime bia me bahabiano, aye panel na modern ban. I do my personal investigation so that I can know how to. He's done a fantastic job. And the organization, and then so I'm modern topics in the ban. Me Google one more to find out what they do and what they've been doing. Fantastic. Unfortunately, say you deny more accreditation. Dr. Bossman, I'm assurance and say I affect you. They have the opportunity to reapply. I know that it hurts. especially when you've committed yourself to serving the public in this manner. Maybe I will be said the okay unilateral decision. Probably they really didn't go to maybe a random picking. Be now you went from your family town. Until now that Abia Abano, why a press conference? I read through the press conference, and this morning I've heard you. I would hope that you will apply. And then probably will be better than Yashin. Maybe I saw letter require generic. I say, oh, coin bas near if you so visa. Hey, you didn't memo say your.
Well, yeah, apply.
Zakaria, my main till your Supreme Court, dear, no, ya brenunti, I'm say, yes, I am go deep into that. Yes, say, Kuku Jaya, Kaki so be jai. And I'm paying for a case, and says, Bibi won't somewhere, Bibi and someone, someone could enter to say. And so far, baby, I be drew near. Your raise concerns, your jatum, your new tumor, and Ukrainian, Nina for ye. Dear, would say ye, and in a easy ye, and it rabbles my account, and in their parties and paying for no sacano. Mammy to by 5 minutes in a infant.
Yo, Medasinia, near Metimia can't ya on the say, and yet Senka. Ejuma mu ukọ ejuma na udu mpempenso bia osa oje wa home a nka yewura farijan enye enyi na papa no da ho wo ho a nka yisi no besen ne wo ho sei afarijan e build yisi to a level a nka yisi esan toa so e wa farijan so a yisi would have been a very fantastic institution. Yisi would have been a very Electoral Commission Mekai 1992 opaque ballot box MPP opposition near usually opposition parties are in the development of democracy vigilance vigilance to processes nesenia beka na yahwe ne correct yaye opaque ballot box MPP ye hu dede na eba ebedu bebia na ye wa yenya transparent ballot box. For the MPP, honestly speaking, they are fantastic and so good when they are in opposition. And inshallah, from 2025, they will come there and they will work very well as an opposition party. Now, abua in the betterment of the development of Ghana. But anytime governance is given to them, no, now state institutions, agencies, na be biya to apansa, and the Electoral Commission, one of the discreditable institutions are main war, and you mean I make a public perception about Omo. The NDC it raises several issues. What can be a far near my ira Nanseyemu issues are NDC raising they will come back and have them corrected. See our boss man kasano also omo identify and you be an kind. However, Tanko Chere said they raise the issue serially. Akko IPAC a raise issue no honum ansa no omo age atum no omo asesa companies no. The Electoral Commission must be seen and not perceived. They must be seen doing the right things so that the public will have confidence in the Electoral Commission. And ne omaimu ayewe se bibia to pansana nko ye wo abatro yi mu a ye de somo no ebeto yisi so. Yisi should know say omo eye independent. Omo ye very independent. Omo run election no omo run no creditably. Say ko creditably a obi a opposition obi a how. But say oka say nanado ene yi Charlotte say no appointee meeting e was say kwan bia so no I must please my appointee me a emma oman no enko
me da say o Donald Trump ka sen bi answer na won beto aba US no o say aba no say free and fair US de no onya de obakoko to bia na free and fair acha 48 hours acha abroso a bi kra within 24 hours no on be hu no di nkunim ampani apa so odi nkunim bibi akoso smoothly basa bi se bi ansi nti I hope say yam say ye de
no so there no lose you na one jam to no say any free it was less than 48 hours you who say he was beaten
bibi objecting
no objecting I'm giving information
he had made a statement
the kind na me so make
and me so me another information
be that say
no so there no less than 48 hours you am born from
inshallah by acha 10:30 11 p.m.
on 7
December NDC will be able to declare its results.
Hey, really?
And I'm telling you, sir.
And then I'm saying 75%.
I'm telling you, sir.
Okay.
Oh, now 75 say near hunia. I'm telling you, sir. Minya can be say MPP no aya kono and so on. I think say Ameya Kovi watch it. Oh, New York. Watch it New York. Now near course from pan there MPP t-shirt. Omo the man ni abogu.
Yeah.
Omo the man.
Mama videos. Yeah,
today.
Okay,
in 2016. Ambassador Adley, you remember in 2016? By this time, cars, private cars. You see the MPP flag hanging. Today, what was happening? I was mounting flags. I was down for Kwan so na me be stop where no be. I said, who is the leader of the team here? And I'm friend me call no say, young man, uchamia. The blood that comes is MPP. Me do nyame I swear by Allah Almighty and the grave I'm kwa me dem. Nyama me no kan he. Oto ne V8 mo say you cut me blood that will come is MPP. But nyaba ya yenti no I'm voting for your party. Watch and police my ballot. I'm saying madam you are
me call from one side. Don't catch me say. Don't catch oh exactly. Me call from one don't catch me say. Omo jitu mu say enyoma mu ayedin. Na imu omo kai amanie ni atete a John Dramani Mahama wo mira
say na no po paradise sana amanie ni atete no na ye Mahama paradise and then no one city ana me wa ya say me so
yeah Bernard
na bisa kwai ya so free abrochiri ba ye won be ti say DDP one better say
collapse we can see in economy no one seem
last time we can see economy last week economy the percent Ghana you declare junk and the Mahama is very drunk.
This is not the first time you use of Ghana.
No, but under Mahama,
Ghana was declared a poor country.
No, we are talking about Mahama. It is Mahama versus Bamuya.
Do you want me to itemize Mahama's progress in spite of all the economic challenges? I'm about to tell you. In spite of all economic challenges,
yes,
you kept the record for 8 years. Mahama, Mahama, 4 cities to $1 po. Want me to join us for allowance?
My brother,
4 cities to $1 po. Not me to doctors. Aketuya momo. 4 cities to $1 or free SHS want me implement.
Kofi,
look at the measures you are talking about Mahama.
Yes, Ambassador.
Yes, and you do mine.
Yes, and now
it is
go with you.
Say, who catch your nest in his say, Mama will allow us. Now we school now 10 years near forward, you mama. The nest in Newcastle, but allowance 400 CDs.
Ambassador, but under Mahama, he never even appointed all these nurses for 3 solid years.
Okay.
Ambassador, he didn't appoint these nurses for 3 years under his administration. So what are you talking about?
Madam Masi. Frederick Kofi Ameyao, I am head of communications, Ghana Permanent Mission to the United Nations. Madam Fubini Mupa, they on or show. Also, sometimes US Sabi or Shay. I'll say Nanadu or say
all these things.
Or Connecticut. Osi me hwe ohwe odin.
Na do call St. Peters. Minim na do. Baga mo.
So
I'm in Peter Cram the betro.
Mati eti na fe
ona me senior.
Na mena ambassador na fe Prince Zakaria so ono so mena na se na me fa seda ma special so ne special drink bi come this way ne ni fufu ni tabekwan na ebi so okay ana ba ko so ebeko e dia ma LPG Mika LPG anya sa party no na mo wo a eton gas wo Ghana ha wonim so usika so full gas na fa ko be ton gas no wo usika 100 ko mbebu ama why usika 100 ko mbebu ama usika 200 mbebu ama usika 50 mbebu ama se say wiase ayes nti mesra wo say so person no aduane a o cylinder no fa ko be ton gas Ghana be ton gas no e Ghana for dia o be check o cylinder no a check ano no problem bi leakage bi be bia o sika 10 cedis on the moment o bebu 10 na ma pepepe no to be dia kono aduane na wan ko susu bidie bi ankonko for how bia ama ana fe perfect man kaftan no so ene pa mata di maame won so betumi anya bi a hye kama pa 0244142721 0244147212 madam nyina se na
se onim se ahya se twetwe nua bio
ye be ye ho ayi na yetuna na bo ye sori so yi kakra bi na me kan na be de asori so eni se ye nyina tumi nya adwen baako interfo posuru bia ne na adwen na mo ne se na be ye obetumi absorb na wa accommodate wo nua no ono se na adwen no and the how mature you are damasi adumdu mo ye ne adasene ye be se ba na mo no dedication bi amanya me producer bebo me ene Samuel Opoku uye school ni e President University Asante Achimagogo wa wodan ne nti me boss Randy Samuel Semin Control say I'm happy birthday sanso ena Mr Percy ayikoi wonso ene wa woda Adele wo UTV ha say me control so happy birthday me mane ba ko ma me wish bi ye manya eno so enye kura we dem pomcho e wanpo kantanka kantanka dia no wa ha Esther Tachiwa manka we apprentice wo pretty part area kuto wo Kaswa broadcasting ene wa woda kantanka UTV asa me kancho so do ope wasem woda nakoma so obeye show ene odo be cook and peace skills and for baby episode we ko be ko na odopa o se me odopa no tron block letters my love her so much we dey dey akwabre ho ayadoma that's the be share akra mu nyina